the best, you got them for a breast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back from an amazing break here during Christmas and New Year. And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with the Dre Broadcasting Network. We hope everyone out there is doing well and amazing and are ready to get back to action here side by side with the Extreme Motorsports 99. Here tonight we are at Sonoma Raceway. This is the Go Fast Racing 85. That's the Go Fast Racing 85. Round 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N series. And I am your commentator, Sean Zulu. And joining me up in the Dre Broadcasting booth is David Everly. How are you doing tonight?
Doing great. Much relaxed after the break. Hope everyone out there had a great Christmas. And hope everybody was safe last night celebrating the new year. But definitely ready to get back into racing.
Absolutely, man. You and me both, brother. You and me both. And here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Sonoma Raceway round number 10. This track is 1.99 miles in length, pretty much 2 miles in length. These drivers having a 50% fuel limit. And Dave, what are the track conditions looking like tonight?
We have taken a look at the track conditions. We got a 78 degree, but a 100 degree track temperature with the wind north out of 2 mile an hour under partly cloudy conditions.
Yeah, not the worst track temperature, not the best either. Gonna see exactly what these drivers have in store for us here tonight. First road race of the season here with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N series here tonight. So fingers crossed for that. Just a recap from the last race we had, ladies and gentlemen. That was the United 70 at New Hampshire. The flat track, no banking whatsoever. We had Travis Pryor bring it home for his fourth win of the season. Jay Pryor came out second. Adam Eisenhower third. Chris Voyles fourth. Timothy Hamlet fifth. Matt Ridgway sixth. Eli Green seventh. Andrew Riley eighth. Garrett Helmlinger ninth. And Caleb Daniels did round up the top 10. Well, moving on to the point standings, ladies and gentlemen. Still leading in points is the 81 of Travis Pryor. Wally Tierheimer only 10 points behind him in second place. Third place in points is Timothy Hamlet. We have Tommy M. Massey, so we have Wally Tierheimer and Timothy Hamlet spread by 20 points, and that is second and third place. Tommy Amasi 4th place in points, only 4 points ahead of the 5th place driver Garrett Helmlinger. We have Eli Green 6th, Caleb Daniels 7th, and Eli Green 2 points ahead of Caleb Daniels in 7th place. Christopher Smith 8th, Damian Crump 9th, and Brian Wasserman in the 10th place position, rounding up the top 10. And looking there in the chat, well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Dre Broadcasting Network. This is a new year, 2018, and ladies and gentlemen, you guys made 2017 a heck of a year for the Dre Broadcasting Network, and for that we can never ever thank you guys enough. So once again, from David Everly and myself, Sean Zulu, thank you very much. Gonna give a bunch of shout outs here in the chat. Gonna see, so type it up, please say something, say hello, let us know what's on your mind. Let's see, we have OSR Network, we have Joe White. Joe White, welcome to the Dre, well, welcome back. It's good to see you there, Joe. Let's see who else is in the chat. We have Pat T. Pat T, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. It is always amazing to see you on Mondays and Tuesdays here for Travis Pryor and Jay Pryor. Pat T, welcome back. It is great to see you again. We also have Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen in the chat. Welcome back, Joshua Gillen. Hope you're doing well. We have Hal Amy the third, which is who is Hal Amy's son. Hal Amy is one of the drivers here with the Pro K&N series in the Extreme Motorsports 99. So Hal Amy the third, welcome back, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else is in the chat. So far seems to be it. So please type it up, ladies and gentlemen. We have After the Flag TV. After the Flag TV. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go to a good friend, Garrett Robinson. Garrett Robinson having a teammate or a cheerleader in the chat. After the Flag TV. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network. Hope you're doing well. Well, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying has now finally ended. So here before too long, actually grading is now in session. So before too long, we are going to go down the starting order. So please stay tuned. And a very interesting question in the chat. We have Joshua Gillen. How many cars will we have at the end of tonight's race? Great question. We'll find out here tonight at Sonoma Raceway. We have Abbas Ladak. Abbas Ladak, welcome back to the Dre Broadcasting Network. Hope you're doing well. We're going over the starting order here tonight. The post hitter is the 49 of Timothy Hamlet. The 23, Matt Ridgway starting second. 97 of Garrett Robinson third. We have the 10, Caleb Daniels fourth. 75 of Wally Tierheimer second place in points, starting fifth. Gary Wubot, the 7 in the 6th place spot. Dakota Craig 7th. The 47 of Dirk Staliker 8th. The 94 of Garrett Helmlinger 9th. We have Ralph Vanderforst 10th. And Mr. Highside himself, Ralph Vanderforst, rounding up the top 10. The 27 of Jason Anderson 11th. The 79 of Thomas Jowers Jr. 12th. The 86 of Adam Eisenhower, that's Adam Eisenhower 13th. The 40 of Joshua Gillen 14th. The 44 of Damian Crump 15th. We have the 112 of Brandon Ketchum. That's the 112 Brandon Ketchum, new driver here with the Pro K&N series. Welcome, Brandon. He is starting in the 16th place spot. The 25 of Timothy McBrayer 17th. Jason Eisenhower 18th. The 60 of Leonard West 19th. And Jay Pryor rounding up the top 20. The 59 of David White 21st. Chris Voyos 22nd. Vern Markheim 23rd. Travis Pryor 24th. That's last week's winner. We have, let's see, Hal Amy, Marty Ray, Steve Dutz, Tommy Amasi, Hunter McDaniel, and Eli Green rounding up the rest of the field here tonight. So once we cross start finish line, I'm going to see exactly how many drivers racing tonight. That's roughly about 26, 27 drivers starting tonight's race. So ladies and gentlemen, Get your popcorn ready. Get your drinks ready. It will be quite the race here tonight. 47 laps. That is 47 laps. With these drivers running all the way from 1 minute 18-second lap times to about 1 minute 30-second lap times, just depending on the pace and the tire wear. All race long here tonight. 47 laps, 10 turns. Well, it says 10 turns, but the maps we keep looking at are telling us that it has 11 turns, or 11 and 12 to 12 turns. So that's going to be interesting to find out exactly as the race goes on. But as we speak here, 49 of Hamlet is leading the field right behind the pace car, and behind him is a 97 of Robinson. And that pace car dips off, going down to pit road, the final turn here. Timothy Hamlet leading everybody out of it. And we have Matt Ridgway, we have the 10, Caleb Daniels here, getting ahead of him, but they do end up getting bunched up side by some. The green flag is now on. Timothy Hamlet finds the gas pedal. Great start by Hamlet. Lap number 1, the Go Fast Racing 85 here, round 10 of the Extreme Motorsports99.com Pro K&N Series, Sonoma Raceway. And here as we speak, the drive's already getting back single file, trying to buy their time, trying to generate some heat into these tires, because here on the road courses, it's always very, very important to give these machines at least 1 lap to warm up, because if you do end up pushing them on lap 1, you will find yourself in the wall, in the tires, in no time, or maybe in the dirt if you're lucky enough. So these drivers trying to buy their time, trying to stay alive. 47 laps, 50% fuel limit, 2 to 3 required pit stops in order for the drivers to be able to make it the full length of the way. So fingers crossed for that, ladies and gentlemen. And here as we speak, 97 of Robinson is going sideways quite a bit. That machine is really tail happy, but he is managing it. It looks like lap 1 is now about to be complete as we speak, as 49 of Hamlet is now crossing the start finish line as we speak.
Yeah, it looks like these guys are all pretty single file here. Back in the field, you got a little bit of a bunch up here. Starting back here with the 80 of Jay Pryor back in 16th position, 17th position, Travis Pryor right behind him. Don't know if these guys might be the type that where these road races ain't their hot spot, but they're kind of riding back here, just waiting to see what's happening, biding their time. That's one thing about these races; they definitely got to just pay attention, run a different, running a different line here, just kind of run consistent and see if anybody else makes a mistake.
And Dave, I'm glad you talked about how most of these drivers, oh man, contact between the 27 of Jason Anderson and Vern Markheim. No harm done. These drivers still going nice and strong, but a big dent in the rear end of Vern Markheim and a big dent in the front end of the 27 of Anderson, but once again, no harm done. But what you're talking about there, Dave, these drivers, most of them not being used to to running these road courses, especially with the Pro K&N cars. These machines are only tuned to turn one direction for the most part, which is the left direction because of the ovals. So it's going to be quite interesting to see exactly how these drivers handle this. And we thought races like New Hampshire and Dover were survival races. Well, wait until tonight's race.
Yeah, I mean, this one here, they got a mix. They got some hard rights, hard lefts. They go right, left, uphill, downhill. Gives them a little bit of mix of everything.
Yep, and I've been noticing a lot of drivers aiming for the curbs. These drivers aim for these curbs because when they hit the curbs, they do help the machines rotate. Oh man, 27 Anderson misses the curb and goes into the grass, actually into the sand, and as a result, he loses a spot to the 80 of Jay Pryor, and that bumps Anderson down to 18th and Jay Pryor up to 17th. And also such races here are all about patience, waiting for others to make a mistake. Wait. Once one driver makes a mistake, you pounce against them and take the spot successfully, and you will not lose any sleep over it. Oh man, 81 Travis Pratt trying to make some moves against 27 Anderson. Oh, sideways off the turn, and by saved by Travis Pryor, still racing nice and strong. And oh man, again he hits. He taps the that's gonna be the wheels, the tires, and he's in the sand as we speak. He's back on the track. No harm done. There's only 3 laps in. These drivers still getting used to the machine's handling with every single turn, every single lap. And gonna be seeing a lot more aggression as the race progresses. We have 36 of Jason Eisenhower here in the 22nd place spot, already with the left rear dent in the machine. No harm done entering the last turn, and the 6-0 of Leonard West, and right behind him is the that's going to be the 59 of David White. So far, single file.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we've got a lot of little battles here, but I tell you what, Timothy Hamlet, though, he looks like he is at home here, as he is running out front already up to over a 2-second lead. So it looks like he is at home here at Sonoma. I don't know, maybe he's more of a road type guy.
Oh, absolutely, man. It seems like it, because his qualifying time was a 1:18. He was the only one who had a 1 minute 18-second qualifying time. But everybody else had either 1:19s and below that, 1:20, 1:21. So, yep, Timothy Hamlet has exactly what it takes to spank these boys, and so far being shown 1.7 seconds ahead of the second place driver, 97 of Garrett Robinson, who got overtaken by 23 of Matt Ridgway and bumped down to 3rd.
Yeah, Matt Ridgway, though, look at that bump in the back of his bumper. He looks like he got rear-ended there. He's got that whole back end's pushed in.
And also, Dave, touching on a lot of these machines having some some rear end damage. It's a good thing to point out that these machines, ladies and gentlemen, do not have any tail lights, any brake lights whatsoever. So with that said, it's all about knowing your braking point. So when you have a driver in front of you, you have to make sure your braking point is you brake sooner than you would if there was nobody in front of you. And this has caused a lot of problems this far. So we have about 6 to 7 machines with some rear end damage, and that's not gonna be all tonight. Oh, Matt Ridgway taps the apron, the curb, and goes sideways off the turn. That was actually turn number 5, I believe, as runner who goes through the S's.
Actually, I think there's a lot more cars though that have rear end damage. Let's see if we can get a good angle here. Go through the field. Start off here with Timothy Hamlet, no damage on the back end of that. Heavy back end damage on Matt Ridgway. Garrett Robinson looks clean. Well, there's Gary Wolbert. He's got a little damage to his back end there. Helmlinger looks like he's got a little bit of a scrape. I don't know. I think by the end of the day, we're going to see a bunch of cars with damage on them.
Oh, indeed. And going back to the question that Joshua Gillen in the chat had asked, how many drivers... Oh, man, Robinson off the track in turn number 1. He cuts the course. He will be penalized. He will have some time taken off his lap time. Oh, man. He is back straight, and also behind him, the 10 of Daniels was in the sand, but no harm done. They lost a lot of time because of that, but they are still going nice and strong regardless.
Yeah, he was able to hold off Caleb Daniels, but Caleb Daniels is right there. Same with Wally Tierhammer. Saw Caleb Daniels get there in the grass, but going a little further back here, see if we see any real battles. There's some guys running close, but we got a little bit of a battle here. Thomas Stowers Jr. and the 13 of Eli Green. We got some 3 wide. It's Joshua Gillen. Looks to the outside and passes them both.
Speaking of Thomas Jowers Jr., the Pennzoil machine has seen better days. It is beat up in the left side, the rear end, and so far trying to get around or trying to let by the 80 of Jay Pryor. But Jay Pryor backs it down. So far, lets him maintain that spot, which at this point is the 15th place position. And Dave, throughout the whole entire season, having only oval races, well, mostly, yeah, only oval races, we've seen so many drivers like 59 of David White, Tommy Amasi, Damian Crump, Chris Voiles. These drivers all riding in the back of the pack and trying to pounce later on. Well, Dave, only one sad thing about it tonight. That is not a good idea tonight.
Ooh, the 47 gets into the back end of the 40 of Joshua Gillen, gets him around. That's going to drop him a few spots there, as we saw that coming into the final turn.
Yeah, Joshua Gillen trying to make up for lost time. Heavy foot trying to apex the best that he can. Hit those apexes, the sweet spots. Entering turn 1, here's next victim so far being the Pennzoil Machine 79 of Thomas Jarvis Jr., who in turn is following the 81 of Travis Pryor. Oh, and Pat T did ask a question in the chat. I just now saw this. I apologize. Having cautions tonight? Nope, no cautions tonight, Pat T. So if these drivers wreck, they are out of luck. And for the back in the pack, the 05 of Tommy and Massey being shown in the 23rd place spot so far, having a Sunday drive. He is trying to hit his marks with a brand new machine. Not a single scratch on that. Oh, actually scratched that. I stand corrected. The right front is quite beat up. And he's trying to catch his next victim, this case being the 6-0 of Leonard West.
Yeah, but just looking, I mean, there's at least a second in between, except for Dirk Staliker. He's got Jay Pryor and Travis Pryor right behind him. But, I mean, just looking at some of these gaps here, I mean, they're all at least maybe a second or more in between each other. So we're spread out pretty good here.
And Dave, I just now noticed this, but a lead change. 23 of Matt Ridgway taking over the lead against the 49 of Timothy Hamlet. And so far, Matt Ridgway coming up to a slow machine, going to be going a lap down. That is a 25 of Timothy McBrayer. McBrayer most likely going to be going a lap down here before too long, and McBrayer's machine has seen better days. It is beat up in the right front, the rear end, a little bit of a scratch on the left side, and Matt Ridgway gets around him, and that officially puts McBrayer one lap down.
Yeah, that's a tough, difficult thing here on these road races. You go a lap down, it's really hard to be able to get that lap back.
Absolutely, man. No cautions means no lucky dogs whatsoever. As McBrayer goes left, goes way wide to leave enough room for the fastest traffic to go by. And so far now being approached by the 10 of Caleb Daniels. And status check on the 97 of Garrett Robinson. Robinson is now on pit road as we speak. Not sure I'm not sure if this is his scheduled pit stop, but this is only 8 laps in, and Robinson being the first driver going down pit road.
Yeah, taking a look at some of our heaviest movers out there. Got to take a look at the 33 of Vern Markheim. He started back in 23rd, now running up in 10th. But right behind him, Eli Green in 11th position now. He actually started in 32nd, so he has gained a whole lot of positions on just the 9 laps we've completed already. Jay Pryor started 20th up to 14th. Travis Pryor started 24th. He's at 16th. Hal Amy started 28th. He's up 10 spots, now running in the 18th position.
Yep, a lot of position changes here this far, and a lot more to come. And as we speak here, we've actually, unfortunately, we lost one driver already. That was the Steve, the 34 of Steve Dutes, retiring early for the night, already being shown 5 laps down and dropping as we speak. We look forward to seeing this driver again back next week, round 11, the Fred's Pharmacy 250 at Talladega Super Speedway. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers are not going to be able to unleash the speed demons they have. That's the speed demons they have. So they'll be able to do that floorboard deep next week at Talladega Super Speedway. And here going back a little bit up front, 98 of Dakota Craig. Here the Kobe Eye Paints machine being shown in this 8th place spot ahead of the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. And 13, Eli Green here currently in the 10th place spot behind 33 of Vern Markham, but going a little bit further back in the pack, Mr. Highside himself, the 66 of Ralph Vanderforce here, is trying his best to catch a groove, and so far being approached by 79 of Thomas Jarvis Jr., who is a threat.
Yeah, as you see Thomas Jarvis Jr., he's trying to just put his nose in there, but now they've also got Garrett Robinson right there in the mix too, so Garrett Robson already down on pit road, as you said, as he is out there. But he is running back there in 14th position, as he's actually going to get around the 66 of Ralph Vanderhorst.
Oh man, yep, and going back to Robinson himself, he did take 4 tires. He is on fresh stickers, and with the new update, ladies and gentlemen, it does pay to take care of your tires. But at a road course like this, so much friction going on, so it makes it extra impossible. I mean, extra. Well, difficult and nearly impossible to do, saving tires as Jarez Jr. finally gets around the 66 of Ralph Vanderhorst. And one more driver on pit road, 28 of Chris Voiles.
Yeah, it looks like we've already got some green flag pit stops going on. I see Jason Anderson, Chris Voiles down on pit road. So we've had 2 people down on pit road. Brandon Ketchum, he's already been down on pit road as well. So wonder how long these guys can run before they have to pit. How many pit stalls here? As we are currently being led by Matt Ridgway, who has led the last 5 laps here, so he is out front leading. Already got a 5.3 second lead over our second place 49 of Timothy Hamlet.
Yeah, and Jason Anderson right now on pit road as well in the 27 machine for most likely getting a backup car, because once again, ladies and gentlemen, these drivers do have one backup car, one quick fix, one reset. And Jason Anderson has seen better days, or his machine has seen better days. It is beat up in more ways than only one: the front end, the rear end, the right side, the left side. And as we speak, looks like the driver is not in the machine, so he has left the machine. Also, status check on Chris Voiles. Chris Voiles has been on pit road for a very long time. Oh, actually, unfortunately, we've lost Chris Voiles. He has retired.
Man, that's about what I would do, Sean. I'm not very good at these road courses in these cars, so I don't think I'd last very long myself.
I hear you, brother. You know, and the good thing about this, Dave, is that even if they quit, I mean, well, not really quit, even if they disconnect here in tonight's race, they do have 2 drop races, Dave. That's 2 drop races, which means this race will be dropped, so it's a good thing for them. But here, as we speak, the 75 of Wally Tierheimer moving up to 3rd place here, right behind the 49 of Timothy Hamlet for 2nd place. And Wally Tierheimer 2nd place in points, while Travis Pryor has been leading in points for a very long time, ever since he overtook the 05 of Tommy Amasi there early on in the season. Oh man, these drivers are pushing very hard in the last turn, turn number 10.
Yeah, they're trying to get that good run there for the start-finish line before they go up into the hills. So, I mean, I'm not really too familiar with this track. I've ran it a few times, but definitely not one of my favorites.
It says, yeah, way too technical, so many curves to hit, so much to memorize. A lot of braking needs to be done here, and these drivers know that having no tail lights here makes it extra difficult to follow somebody. And most of the time when drivers are following each other, they end up making the exact same mistakes that the drivers in front of them make. And as we speak here, we have Wally Tierheimer all over the back bumper of the 60 of West.
Yeah, the 60 already a lap down, but looks like he's going to move out of the way and let Wally Tierheimer, Gary Wolbert, and I think that's Caleb Daniels behind him. But so these guys just kind of hammering away. I mean, we're still looking at 35 laps to go.
And Dave, Garrett Robinson back on pit road as we speak. He just pitted in 4 laps ago, 8 laps in, and is on pit road again. Actually looks like he was on pit road this time to get damage fixed. Got a brand new machine. Oh, I believe he might have retired for the evening. Oh, nope, he's back. Might be rolling out here before too long. But going back to the track, we have 13 of Eli Green, 98 of Dakota Craig here side by side in the last turn. Eli Green does have him as oh man, Eli Green goes sideways off the turn, and Dakota Craig does benefit from that. He will get a run against him side by side before start finish line. So one man's mistake is another man's benefit. And these drivers always benefiting from each other's mistakes. Oh, Eli Green goes way wide, entering turn number 2, exiting turn number 2, but is able to save it somehow. And ladies and gentlemen, the famous saying does work here. Slow in, fast out. And too fast in, you might not be able to make it out. And these drivers doing exactly just that. They hit that curb. 13 Eli Green now trying to approach turn number 6. And pit road getting busier by the lap. We have Joshua Gillen down pit road, Garrett Helmlinger down pit road as we speak with 14 laps in. Also Thomas Jarvis Jr. pitting in as well. Actually, Thomas Jarvis unfortunately has... Oh, no, it looks like he's coming back. He lost connection. And for the back in the pack, 81, Travis Pryor, heavy damage on the Autism machine. And right behind him is a 36 of Jason Eisenhower. And also Jason does have some damage on the machine. But so far up front, Matt Ridgway still leading this thing and now having a 7-second lead against second place driver 49 of Hamlet. For fourth place here, we have the 7 of Gary Woobot. Gary Woobot behind the 75 of Wally Tierheimer. They are being shown about 5 seconds apart as we speak. And at this point, Gary trying his best to catch up to Wally. Actually, nope. Gary Woobot going down pit road this time by with 15 laps on his tires and tank. And that's going to pass the fourth place spot to the 10 of Caleb Daniels. And looking there in the chat, we have a new viewer tuning in. That is They Call Me Red. Welcome back, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Unfortunately, we've lost one more driver, 97 of Garrett Robinson, retiring for the evening. And for the back in the pack, 86 of Adam Eisenhower here behind the 98 of Dakota Craig. Adam Eisenhower, not a single scratch on that beast. He's been keeping that machine as clean as it possibly can. He did start 13th and currently already moved up to the 9th place spot. Next victim still Dakota Craig and holding his 9th place spot against the 80 of Jay Pryor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here with 16 laps in, actually 17 laps in, 31 laps remaining. We'll take this time to take our first commercial break of the evening. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Go Fast Racing 85. That's the Go Fast Racing 85, round number 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N series. And speaking of the Extreme Motorsports 99, check them out at extrememotorsports99.com if you'd like to be a part of the action. On Monday nights, they run a road course, road series, which is not this. So road series, which is the Rick Motec Sports Car series, and also the Pro K&N series, like see right before you. That's a Pro K&N series, like see right before you. And Tuesday nights, track series. Wednesday nights, Xfinity or a B-Car series. And on Thursday nights, a Cup series. So you guys can join either of those based on your experience, because they do place you in different series based on how much experience that you have. So once again, that is extrememotorsports99.com. Well, going back to the race here, we still have 23 of Matt Ridgway in the lead, 49 of Timothy Hamlet second, Wally Tierheimer third, Vern Markheim fourth, and Eli Green in the 5th place spot. And at this point, let's see, we have 5 drivers still needing to pit in, namely Matt Ridgway, Timothy Hamlet, Wally scratch that, that's Matt Ridgway, Timothy Hamlet. We have Leonard West, Tommy Amasi, and Jason Eisenhower needing to pit in, including Timothy McBrayer. But everybody else has already pitted in at least once already. But here so far, the field is already spread out as expected. This is Sonoma Raceway, 1.99 miles in length, and lap times going all the way from about, at this point, 120 to about 125 seconds. 1 minute 25 seconds, depending on the tire wear. And at this point, the tires are worn out, and the track is a lot slicker. And as we can see now, Matt Ridgway's last lap was a 123.838, which is a lot slower than his qualifying time. And as we speak, he is catching up to some slow traffic.
Yeah, just the question is, when's he gonna pit? He may be trying just to be able to do this race on a one-pit strategy.
Oh, yep, that is a possibility. We've seen a lot of these drivers trying to make it on only one pit stop. Can I see exactly if that pays out? Remember, he's already run 21 laps on his tank, and we had seen the first driver to pit in for his green flag pit stop was 97 Robinson with 8 laps in, and unfortunately Robinson has retired early for the evening, so fingers crossed. Let's see. Oh, so 26 laps left, 22 laps on the tires of Matt Ridgway and Timothy Hamlet. So if these guys go 4 more laps, they should be able to make it on just that one pit stop.
Yeah, most definitely. And another thing is we've also lost Damian Crump. He is retired here for the night. So right now we are only looking about 23 cars left out on the track here. Is Thomas Jowers Jr. is currently down on pit road, trying to get some damage fixed, but still down on pit road here, as we are now looking at 26 laps to go.
And right behind Matt Ridgway, Dave, we have the 8-0 of Jay Pryor. Jay Pryor trying to get his lap back the hard way. But Matt Ridgway trying to play the defensive line, trying to maintain, to keep Jay Pryor 1 lap down. Actually, he goes down pit road. And Jay Pryor, Travis Pryor now being back on the lead lap, or the first 2 drivers back on the lead lap.
Yep. Wally Tierheimer, he's currently on the lead lap as he's coming through some of the last turns here. Well, actually, he's still got a ways to go before he can get to Matt Ridgway. So Ridgway may be able to hold off and keep the lead here coming off pit road. Actually, Timothy Hamlet just passes him. He is going to take over the race lead here, as he is now the new race leader here on lap 23.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to find out what the maximum number of laps on a tank these drivers can have. And something tells me we're getting very close to that. And that's exactly why Matt Ridgway most likely pitted in. And here as we speak, we have Timothy Hamlet being approached by the 7 of Gary Woobot, trying to get his lap back the hard way as well, just like Travis Pryor and Jay Pryor. And status check on the 86 of Adam Eisenhower. Adam Eisenhower being shown in the 8th place spot behind the 10 of Caleb Daniels. He does have quite a little bit of work to do to get up to the back bumper of Daniels. And Daniels being shown about roughly 8 to 9 seconds ahead of Eisenhower. So Eisenhower trying to... Oh, actually, that just went down. Now they are about only... Oh, actually, just 3 seconds apart. So it looks like Eisenhower has his eyes on the prize being Caleb Daniels. In turn, Caleb Daniels' next victim is the 98 of Dakota Craig, who goes off the track, and Daniels will benefit from that greatly. Yeah, Pat, this track definitely is confusing. We're gonna try our best to make you understand it a little bit better. So many turns, so many braking points, and a lot of things to memorize for the drivers. And a new viewer in the chat, NASCAR fan 365. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network there, NASCAR fan. Hope you're doing well. Oh man, unfortunately we've lost the 79 of Thomas Jarvis Jr., who was on pit road for quite a while, but he has retired finally, unfortunately. 24 laps remaining here in tonight's race, with Timothy Hamlet having 24 laps on his tank and tires. So Timothy Hamlet should be able to make it on just one pit stop, and yes, Hamlet's going down pit road as we speak. And with all the pit stops not cycling through just yet, cycling out, we only have 13 drivers being shown on the lead lap, but everybody else being shown one or more laps down so far. First driver, 1 lap down, 47 of Dirk Steilaker. David White right behind him with Joshua Gillen, Tommy Amasi, Jason Eisenhower, Leonard West, Brandon Ketchum. Actually, I haven't spoken much of Brandon Ketchum here tonight, but this is his first race, and right behind the 60 of Leonard West. Oh, one driver spun out, 59 of David White in the track. He is blocking the track. He is trying to get that thing straightened out, and yes, he is now back straight and back on back racing.
Well, let's try to pull this up on the Dre Broadcasting Instant Replay here. We're going to go back and focus on the 59 of David White. We can see exactly what happened. Looks like coming out of the one turn, he gets hard on the throttle, but the car's just breaking a little loose there. Oh, he just breaks loose, get a little too close to the wall, coming to the start-finish line, spun it around, and was just trying to get it out of everybody's way. Highly unfortunate there for the 59 of David White.
Absolutely, man, but nice save. He did lock it down to try and avoid collecting a lot more drivers. And here's, oh man, that machine is now struggling. He did miss his braking point there. He's now in the sand as we speak, but back on the track. And after spinning out there, he did make some contact with the wall in the process with that Top Gun motorcycle training machine. So he most likely will be going down pit road here before too long. And now going back here to the track. We do have Timothy Hamlet still being shown in the race lead, and he already did pit in. And at this point, everyone has pitted in except for 36 of Jason Eisenhower, who still needs to pit in one more time. And 94 of Garrett Helmlinger being shown in the 12th place spot behind the 7 of Gary Woobot. He does have Gary Woobot inside. He is determined to get the job done. That's enough determination for him that's enough motivation for him to be determined enough to catch up to Woobot here before too long. And as we speak, Helmlinger is pushing the machine to its limit, almost getting sideways at the exit of every single turn here this far. Turn 10 as we speak. And that 47 of Dirk Stalik with the purple machine here in the 14th place spot. His next victim being the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst, Mr. Highside himself. But at the moment, he has the 23 of Matt Ridgway in sight. Matt Ridgway, new leader, taking back the race lead away from 49 of Timothy Hamlet. As we spoke, that was actually last lap, lap 26.
Yeah, Timothy Hamlet come down pit road. He has moved into third position. Wally Tierheimer now running in that second position, but Wally's already got 9 laps. He's going to have to pit again. Matt Ridgway out front. He's got 5 laps since he last pitted, so this is going to be interesting.
Interesting indeed. Most likely we'll see some drivers coasting down pit roads while sputtering. So hopefully it does not come down to that. But here Matt Ridgway very, very content. But for sure we know Timothy Hamlet will be able to make it the rest of the way on gas, since he pitted in with 24 laps to go. Well, 24 laps on his tires with 24 laps remaining in the race here. Now at this point, only 21 laps remaining in tonight's race. Top 10 drivers, Matt Ridgway leading, Wally Tierheimer second, Timothy Hamlet third, Vern Markheim fourth, Eli Green fifth, Caleb Daniels sixth. We have Adam Eisenhower 7th, Dakota Craig 8th, Travis Pryor 9th, and Jay Pryor rounding up the top 10 after starting the 20th place spot. And that is the top 10 here tonight at Sonoma Raceway this far. And going back to the 112 of Brandon Ketchum. Brandon Ketchum right behind 36 of Jason Eisenhower for position number 17, because they are both being shown 2 laps down. Heavy damage on Brandon's machine, but still determined to get the job done regardless, with Jason Eisenhower here behind him. These drivers can't really work together here on a road course, but they are still sticking together so far and trying to catch up to the 40 of Joshua Gillen for 16th. And status check on the 40 of Joshua Gillen. Heavy damage on the Kobe Eye Paints machine. It has seen better days. More damage on the front end than the rear end as David White approaches him. And that too between David White and Joshua Gillen is for position number 15, because they are both being shown 1 lap down. And for the back in the pack, the 83 of Hal Amy being shown in the 21st place position, ahead of 25 of Timothy McBrayer. And in front of him, we have a battle going on side by side, Dirk Staliker and Wally Tierheimer as we speak. That was no harm done. Wally Tierheimer on the lead lap. Dirk Staliker being shown 1 lap down. First driver 1 lap down actually, and trying to get his lap back the hard way before the race is over here tonight. Only 19 laps left with about, let's see, that's going to be 29 laps completed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with only 19 laps remaining, we'll take a second commercial break of the evening this time around. We'll be right back, so please stay tuned.
Don't let your first date be your last. Visit People Against Distracted Driving at PADD.org.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Go Fast Racing 85. That's the Go Fast Racing 85, round number 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N series, brought to you by the Extreme Motorsports 99.com. And for all those interested, here on Monday nights, they run a road series and an oval series. That's going to be the Rick Motec Sports Car Series and the Pro K&N series. And Tuesday nights is the Camping World Truck Series. That's the Camping World Truck Series. Wednesday nights is the Xfinity Series or the B-Car Series. And on Thursday nights, Cup Series, the best of the best, the Gen 6 cars. So you guys can join any of those, or you can join and they'll place you in a series based on how much experience that you have. Once again, ExtremeMotorsports99.com. You're watching this live on the Dre Broadcasting Network. Hope you guys are enjoying the show here so far tonight at Sonoma Raceway. And going back to the race, Matt Ridgway still leading, Timothy Hamlet now second, Wally Tierheimer third, Vern Markheim fourth, Eli Green fifth, Caleb Daniels sixth, Adam Eisenhower seventh, Travis, oh, that just changed. Caleb Daniels still sixth, Dakota Craig seventh, Adam Eisenhower eighth, Travis Pryor ninth, and Jay Pryor rounding up the top 10. And pit road is very, very busy. Adam Eisenhower, Travis Pryor, Jay Pryor, Garrett Helmlinger, Gary Woolbot, and David White all down pit road for the final pit stops of the evening. And Matt Ridgway now approaching some laps traffic. His next victim so far, David White and Adam Eisenhower. These drivers here will be trying to find fifth gear before too long. They try and keep Ridgway behind them for the longest time, as long as possible, to avoid going a lap down, because they are still on the lead lap. Adam's on the lead lap, but David White is being shown one lap down and avoiding going one more lap down to be put down to 2 laps down, and going back to the 112 of Brandon Ketchum. Ketchum being shown in the 19th place spot behind the 05 of Tommy Massey. And one more driver on pit road, Vern Markheim pitting in, accompanied by the 66 of Ralph Van der Forst. And the 112 of Brandon Ketchum going down pit road as we speak as well, this time around.
Yeah, trying to get in their final pit stops here with 15 laps to go. We know they can make it with 15 laps. But Matt Ridgway out front, he has got 12 laps on. Actually, though, Timothy Hamlet, he's the one we're going to be watching. He went to where there was 24 laps remaining, so he may be able to make it without having to come in for a pit.
Yep, if that does end up working out for Hamlet, which it will, which it should, in theory, that will make, that's going to, it will most likely give him the race lead back, because at this point Ridgway might not be able, he might be 1 or 2 laps short on gas. And as we speak, Timothy Hamlet so far approaching the 59 of David White, who just got put down 1 more lap down to be two laps down. And going to the back of the pack, or for the back in the pack, that we have the 83 of Hal Amy in the 20th place spot here so far. His next victim being the 36 of Jason Eisenhower for position number 19. He is trying his best to catch up to him, but the left side of Hal Amy's machine has seen better days, and that is definitely affecting the rotation of the machine. And that's much needed rotation. And that's a very, very bad thing for Hal Amy's performance here tonight. Very, very unfortunate. But hopefully he's able to still counter it quite well before the race ends. And a new viewer in the chat, PSI TV. Welcome to the Dre Broadcasting Network there, PSI. I hope you're doing well. Oh, 81 of Travis Price spun out on the track, is trying to get straightened out as we speak. Yep, no harm done to anybody else. He is still going. And a 10 of Caleb Dennis as well, going down pit road as we speak. So up front, Matt Ridgway, Timothy Hamlet here this far, having the most laps on their tires and tanks, well, actually including Joshua Gillen. Joshua Gillen has 21 laps on his tires and tank, and he is in need of a pit stop. So now the updated top 5, Matt Ridgway still leading with a 2.2 second lead against Timothy Hamlet as of last lap. Wally Tierheimer 3rd, Caleb Daniels 4th, and Eli Green rounding up the top 5. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this race, as expected, is a survival race. It has been a survival race here tonight, and so far we are showing only 8 drivers on the lead lap, and a couple of drivers did end up retiring early for the evening due to having some bad luck. And we have 83 of Hal Amy going down pit road as we speak. And the good news for these drivers here tonight is that this is the only road course of the season, to finish out the season basically, because the next race is going to be Talladega Superspeedway next week. After that, Chicagoland Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Michigan International, and then Homestead Miami to finish the season out. That's a 15-week season with 2 drop weeks in it. So good thing is for some of the drivers, this race will act as their drop race or a drop week. And that is a very, very good thing for them once it comes to the point standings. At the same time, ladies and gentlemen, for the new viewers out there, the previous champion, the first ever champion of the Pro K&N series here with the Extreme Motorsports 99 was Hunter McDaniel, who is not defending his throne. So it is up for grabs. And so far here, Travis Pryor leading in points with Wally Tierheimer, 75. Only 10 points behind him starting tonight's race. So if this race were to end, the season right now, Travis Pryor would have been able to take over the championship away from Hunter McDaniel. But we still have 5 more races. That is 5 more races, 15-week season, and this being round number 10.
Well, we got a battle for the lead here as the 49 of Timothy Hamlet's now in lead, but the 23 of Matt Ridgway is right behind him. Both of these guys pretty even on tires. This makes me wonder if Matt Ridgway is going to be able to make it the rest of the race here, as we're looking just 11 laps to go.
Yep, only 11 laps to go. Oh man, yeah, Matt Ridgway, yeah, not looking too good for him anymore, unfortunately. Maybe backed it down to save some gas. You never know. But Timothy Hamlet now under fire from Matt Ridgway, who's trying to take back that race lead away from Hamlet. But Hamlet hammered down the floorboard and trying to do some damage. Oh man, Matt Ridgway definitely pushing the machine to the limit. He is losing a lot of time as a result, unfortunately. And 49 of Hamlet seems to have the upper edge or the upper hand here as we speak. I guess looks like the 2-tire difference on these 2 drivers, Hamlet and Ridgway, is really playing quite the factor.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, but we have had another driver retire here for the night, the 25 of Timothy McBrayer. He is retired here tonight. That's just leaving just 22 cars left out on the track.
Yeah. Oh, we have Matt Ridgway going to the inside of Timothy Hamlet, was not able to make it stick. Wasn't close enough. And looks like they are very, very close. Looks like because of the hard charge in the last turn by Matt Ridgway, he was able to make up a lot of time against Hamlet. And is now all over his back bumper, entering turn 1. And ladies and gentlemen, having a driver right behind you this close is the worst feeling. In this case, Timothy Hamlet is not at his best feeling just yet, because he knows his mistake will be Matt Ridgway's benefit. So he's trying his best to keep that race lead, keep the machine clean, keep it on the track and away from the sand, and maintain the lead the best that he can. But Matt Ridgway as well will not back down without a fight.
No, I mean, Matt Ridgway has already led 27 laps here tonight. So technically, Hamlet has led 11. We are 9 laps to go. So Matt Ridgway is actually going to walk away here with leading the most laps here. As we see the 27 of Jason Anderson, it looks like he is down on pit road.
Yep, Jason Anderson on pit road, and Matt Ridgway makes a heavy mistake on the exit of one of the turns, turn number 9. As a result, Timothy Hamlet will pull away, and Travis Pryor will be between the second and third place driver, first and second place driver Hamlet and Ridgway.
Yeah, as we put the Dre broadcast and replay, we're going to focus on Hamlet, see what happened, because it definitely cost him. But as he come through the thing, it just looked like the car slid. It did. He couldn't get it slowed down into the dirt. Definitely cost him a lot of time there, as we saw the 81 of Travis Pryor go around him. But no harm done. Travis Pryor, the first car lap down.
Yeah, and Matt Ridgway seems to have missed the right curb. And keep in mind, once again, ladies and gentlemen, these curbs help the machines rotate if and only if they hit them at the right angle. But Ridgway missed that the curb, and that did shoot his machine all the way to the left and off the track. And as we speak, he is trying to play catch up against Timothy Hamlet. And also Wally Tierheimer being shown 44 seconds behind the race leader. So he has lost 1 second, because last time I checked, Tierheimer was being shown 43 seconds behind them. But that now has increased with only 8 laps remaining. And looking there in the chat, we have a new viewer tuning in. That was Dirty Max 77 in the chat. Excited for Watkins Glen tomorrow in the trucks. Actually, Dirty Max will be at Sonoma Raceway right here with the trucks. But yes, we are ready. And Leandro Castro as well tuning in. Welcome back, Leandro Castro. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Hope you're doing well. And at this point, only 6 drivers on the lead lap. 6 drivers, namely Timothy Hamlet, Matt Ridgway, Wally Tierheimer, Eli Green, Vern Markheim, and Adam Eisenhower. It is great to see that tonight's race has gone way better than the previous races for Vernon Markheim, because he did have a lot of bad luck all season long, but tonight has been different. And so much single file going on here. A lot of drivers 1 lap down. We have Travis Pryor, Dakota Craig, Jay Pryor, Caleb Daniels, Garrett Helmling, Ralph Vanderforst, and Gary Woolbot, including Dirk Staliker. These drivers all 1 lap down, and most of these drivers have each other in sight. And they're trying to take those spots away the best that they can. Oh man, Travis makes another mistake and spins out.
Well, we're going to take a look here on the instant replay, because that actually, he had gotten around to 23, or Matt Ridgway got back on the lead lap. So let's take a look here. As we're focusing on Travis Pryor as he's coming up the hill. Matt Ridgway on the outside. No, Travis Pryor just got a little bit into the dirt, unfortunately, but a good thing the 23 of Matt Ridgway gets around. He gets it back going, but that's just a part of road racing on these courses. Gotta watch that dirt, because you get your tires in there, your car's coming around.
Absolutely, man, and that could have been worse. So a nice save by Travis Pryor. That is two mistakes by Travis, unfortunately, and that is double the time lost. But going back up front here, Matt Ridgway took back the race lead from Timothy Hamlet, and actually is now 7.6 seconds ahead of Hamlet. So it looks like Hamlet has a lot of work to do. And Vern Markheim made a mistake as well. It was off the track, but he's now back. And his next opponent here is the 86 of Eisenhower, trying to make a move against him. But Adam hits the curb at the wrong angle, bounces up, and loses all his speed and momentum, and has to back it down and do it again. You know, Dave, we talked about how we're not going to be seeing a lot of clean machines once this race is over. And one of the cleanest machines out there is the 86 of Eisenhower. He's kept that machine quite clean. That's impressive.
Oh, most definitely. But if you actually take a look at the 23 of Matt Ridgway, though, his car's pretty clean as well. That might be why he's out front. Same with Hamlin. He's got a pretty clean car right now as well. Wally Tierheimer sitting there in third. I think he may have used his quick fix last time in. He's got a good looking car again. Eli Green, though, he's got some heavy damage on the front left of his.
Oh, absolutely, yep. These top drivers, front runners, were able to keep those machines clean for the most part. That is very impressive, despite what the track had to throw their way tonight. As Wally Tierheimer is making up a lot of time, made up a second last lap against the leader up front, 23 of Matt Ridgway. So he is slowly creeping up, but 4 laps remaining and 43 seconds apart. That is quite the gap to fill. So something tells me maybe Wally might be settling for the 3rd place spot, if and only if he does not make a mistake, because Eli Green is ready to pounce at any moment.
Well, we are looking here, 4 laps to go. Matt Ridgway, he has got 22 laps on his tires. Timothy Hamlet, only 24. Wally Tierheimer, he's only got 12. Eli Green, he's in jeopardy, actually in jeopardy right now, going a lap down with Vern Markheim and Adam Eisenhower. But they are running 4, 5, and 6. Travis Pryor, he's the last car on a lead lap, sitting there in 7th.
And Adam goes way wide. He will hit the... Oh, he hits the tires on the left side. Oh, man, back on the track. No harm done. Oh, man, that could have been ugly. No, goes sideways in the tires again in the last turn. Oh, man, he was able to gather that machine. Oh, he almost hits Travis. No harm done. They are still racing. That's very unfortunate for Adam Eisenhower.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to put him a lap down now. That's going to move Travis Pryor up into the 6th position. Almost the top 5 there with 33 of Vern Markheim. He's getting loose there with that heavy damage on that machine. But he's sitting there rounding out the top 5.
And Dave, this is a game changer right here. We have Matt Ridgway going. He's on pit road as we speak. To answer our question, Matt Ridgway was not going to be able to make it on gas, but Timothy Hamlet should be able to make it on gas, and that does pass the race lead over to the, I should say, pass it back to Timothy Hamlet this time around. And also Martha Tierheimer in the chat. That is Martha Tierheimer. Welcome back, Martha. Hope you're doing well. And also Tama S in the chat. Welcome back and hope you're doing well too. So we have cheerleaders for Adam Eisenhower and the 75 of Wally Tierheimer. With only 3 laps remaining, Wally was able to make up a lot of time against the leader, now being shown 38 seconds behind Timothy Hamlet. After last 2 laps ago, he was over 41 seconds behind him.
Yeah, just 2 laps to go, so they're running about a minute 20 to a minute 30 lap time, so they just got just over 3 minutes left in this race.
Yep, this is the moment of truth. These drivers have they've made it this far. This is not the time to make a mistake, because that mistake will be quite deadly this late in the race once again. And here Timothy Hamlet just having a Sunday drive. He knows he does not have any immediate threats just at the moment. Matt Ridgway is being shown 24 seconds behind him. But so far looks like Wally Tierheimer is closer to Matt Ridgway than Matt Ridgway is to Hamlet.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much Hamlet's just got to run, but the only thing is Matt Ridgway's kind of eaten into that, but I don't think a lap and a half is going to be enough to get it here, as he's still 23.6 seconds behind Timothy Hamlet. Wally Tierheimer, he's 37 seconds back from the leader. Eli Green, he's over a minute behind, and Vern Markheim, he's a minute 20 behind, so he got some work to do.
And status check on the 66 of Ralph Vanderforst, Mr. Highside himself. I haven't spoken much of him, if any, here tonight. He's coming to the last turn. His next victim in 36 of Jason Eisenhower, who does stay on the left side to let him by. No harm done. Jason, unfortunately, being shown 4 laps down. Ralph Vanderforst, 1 lap down. And his next victim for position is the 94 of Garrett Helmlinger. And this is the white flag.
Yeah, we're on the final lap. White flag is out with Timothy Hamlet leading here as he's working his way through some traffic. He is only about a half a lap actually from taking the checkered flag.
Yep, he slowed way down to get around the slower traffic, or the lap traffic successfully without any problems. The 112 of Run and Catch him got a brand new machine here, the Kobe Eye Paints machine here in the later stage of the race, as Hamlet is now approaching, almost coming to final turn. Yep, Hamlet here coming to the final turn as we speak, and we'll be bringing this thing home unchallenged. And And there we go, checkered flag is now out here tonight, and Timothy Hamlet brings this thing home unchallenged. The Go Fast Racing 85 Matt Ridgway now coming out of the last turn. Oh, Jay Prowse spun out of the last turn as Matt Ridgway goes around him successfully while battling the 66 of Ralph Vanderforce. No harm done. And that will give the 23 of Matt Ridgway the second place spot, and Wally Tierheimer as well, now coming out of the last turn as well.
Definitely good job by these drivers. Tough race. I mean, it's Sonoma.
Absolutely, man. At least they were able to take this very difficult road course out of the way. And now the next track is Talladega Super Speedway. These drivers will be able to unleash all the beasts from tonight, all the rage, all the anger from tonight, next week at Talladega. So be sure to tune in then, ladies and gentlemen. But here in the meantime, we're going to interview the top 3 drivers. That is Timothy Hamlet, Matt Ridgway, and Wally Tierheimer, including a special guest. So please stay tuned, as right now we ride with the focus on the leader, the winner, Timothy Hamlet, for his victory lap, and hopefully some donuts. Timothy Hamlet, brother, the camera is all yours, so please burn it down.
I would, but I am now out of gas.
Copy that.
I had just enough here to finish off. I had it kind of down to a science about what I needed to get, where I needed to get to on that first run.
Well, tell us about your strategy, man, because it seemed like you were gonna be, perfect on gas. Actually, I guess you were. 24 laps was the number of laps you went on your tank. Tell us about the experience between you and Matt Ridgway.
Well, I knew where I had to be. I knew I had to get to at least lap 24, and I knew when he pitted 2 laps before me that he was either gonna have to drive really, really slow or have to. Or we're going to run out, and I just stayed my pace, and actually you saw me spin out that one time, and I knew I still had it because I knew that he wasn't going to make it, or he's going to have to drive really, really, really slow.
Oh man!
I started way in the back, and I've never raced this track before. Finished 5th.
Absolutely, man. It was a heck of a race on your part here, Timothy, and you were able to set the fastest qualifying time, not the fastest practice, but the fastest qualifying time, 1:18.582. And how was your experience, man? How did you feel about this track being thrown into the mix of things, after going from Kentucky to New Hampshire and now to this?
Well, I circled this track at the beginning of the season when we first started off because it was something I thought was different. Everything else I thought I've been practicing ever since that particular point, and that's kind of why I knew where the fuel mileage was. I thought it was going to be 45 laps, and when I saw it was 47, I still knew that I could get to where I needed to be on that first run. But yeah, I was excited about this track because I've been practicing for I guess it would be 2 months now since we started the season.
Oh man, yep, that practice definitely paid off, and that is very, very commendable. And congrats on having your first win right here, Sonoma Raceway round number 10. Very, very impressive. Oh, but before I let you go, man, any final words?
Hey, I just want to thank everybody out there. Matt, you did a good job. I thought you might have had me at one point, and I started calculating my own fuel mileage, but you did an awesome job out there. I think you were trying to push me there at the end. I thought that was excellent strategy, and I just want to thank everybody out here for, staying on track and doing the right thing here, and it was a fun race. Thank you.
Congrats on your success there, brother, and see you again next week at Talladega Super Speedway. Go celebrate.
Thanks, sir.
And that was tonight's race winner. First win for him, Timothy Hamlet. But next in line is his biggest opponent, the 23 of Matt Ridgway. Gotta go up there, Matt.
Yes, sir, I do.
How you doing tonight?
Well, I came up one short, but you know what? I got beat by an excellent strategy and a faster driver, so you can't really complain about that.
And Matt, tonight seems to be your best finish here this so far this season. This is this being your 7th race with the Extreme Motorsports Pro K&N Series, and absolutely, man, it was a heck of a race on your part here tonight. And give us a rundown of your strategy when it came to battling, because it seemed as though you were good at setting drivers up when it came to making passes.
Well, that's the main thing you have to be careful here, is passing other cars. A lot of drivers gave me a lot of room, so I got to thank the entire field tonight. I know I led a lot of laps, and a lot of people were very courteous and moving out of my way. But this whole track is racing the track, knowing what your car is going to do and what line and how much you can push it. So when I had to take another line to work around another driver, I knew when I was in that line exactly what I could and could not do with the car, and that really benefited me.
Oh, most definitely, man. And when it comes down to it, thinking back, if you had to do things over again and maybe polish some things up, what would you change to be more successful tonight?
I think the answer there is pretty obvious. I would have paid more attention to my pit strategy. I thought for sure that it was a 2-stop race. Didn't think anybody could make it on 1 stop. And I realized I was in trouble there with a couple laps to go. And Timothy said I pushed him really hard, hoping that I could push him out of fuel. And eventually realized that that was a losing battle. So one thing different, I'd calculate my fuel strategy a little better, try to make it, and see what me and Timothy could do door to door for the win.
Well, congrats on your success there regardless, Matt. It was a heck of a race on your part, starting second and finishing the 2nd place spot, and this being your best finish yet this season, and a lot more to come before the season is over, next week being at Talladega Super Speedway. Well, buddy, before I let you go, any final words?
I just want to say congratulations to Timothy. He did an awesome job tonight. This was an awesome race, and I hope the admins are really pleased with the outcome, because it was fun, at least in the front. I don't know how it looked on the cameras, but me and Timothy going back and forth, strategy versus speed, and it was a really fun time, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too.
We did absolutely have fun, man, and congrats once again on your success tonight, and see you again next week. Well, buddy, go celebrate and have a good night.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
And that was 23, Matt Rager finishing 2nd, but next in line is 2nd place driver in points, 3rd place finisher here tonight, 75 of Wally Tierheimer. Get up there, Wally.
I do, Sean. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good. Tired after that race, man. That's a grueling race.
I can only imagine. And Wally, seems like we keep talking to you more and more, man. Keep up the great work. How's your experience tonight, man? Going from oval racing to this, a very, very tricky track, left-right turns, and actually very confusing track at the same time.
Yeah, you know, these tracks, you can't approach them as I'm going to be the fastest guy out there every lap. I mean, I know I said that on the ovals, but on these, you have to race the track. You can't race each other. If they're in front of you and they're faster, let them go. Don't try to do anything stupid. And if they're behind you and they're faster, let them go around you. But just do what you have to do, like Matt was saying. I mean, you have to race the track and race your line. And I didn't deviate from that. And you know, it was just an awful lot of fun. I also wanted to say what Matt said. Those guys were really cool out there tonight. Everybody was giving people a lot of room, letting people by. So they were being really, really courteous out there.
Oh, absolutely, man. A heck of a race on your parts tonight. And when it comes down to it, we noticed that in the beginning, you know, you did start in the 5th place position, but you ended up dropping back, I believe, 2 to 3 spots, but ended up getting those back in the long run. When it came down to your fuel strategy, it seemed as though you did not have any particular strategy in mind. What was going through your mind when you saw drivers pitting in around lap 8 and 10?
Well, I thought that it was going to be 45 laps as well, and I figured it was going to be a 1-stop. As soon as he said 47, because 45 was going to be tough. I just threw that strategy out the window, and I went pretty much 18 laps, and tried to split it up. And I wasn't worried about everyone else. I just did my own thing,
Oh, that is all you can do, man. Very commendable and successful night indeed on your part. Another podium for you here after starting in the 5th place spot at Sonoma Raceway. Well, but before I let you go, any final words?
This was a real treat. I actually went out this weekend and purchased the VR system, and this was my first race with VR, and I thought that it could have been a disaster, but it really worked out pretty good. And I didn't get sick.
Well, we are glad that worked out. and seems like the VR headset has made you a better driver. Look forward to seeing you again next week at Lego Super Speedway, man. And also, one more thing, you have Martha Tierheimer in the chat. Any words for Martha?
I just I love her, and thanks for watching. She's, like I said, my #1 fan, and I think it's awesome when she can watch. I love to be get the interview and get a podium at the end for her. I just want to also say thanks to Chris Boyles and also Tim. Tim and Matt did a great job tonight, and Tim, I got into a room that Tim put up earlier this week, and we did a few laps, and I appreciate that from him. He gave me a couple of pointers as well, so that always helps.
Well, congrats on your success once again there, Wally, and see you again next week at Talladega Super Speedway. Go celebrate, buddy. You earned it. Have a good night.
All right, Sean. Thank you.
And that was Wally Tierheimer finishing the 3rd place spot, but our special guest here tonight, 33 of Vern Markheim. Not so lucky all season long, but a heck of a race on his part here tonight at Sonoma. Get a cup there, Vern. Vern Markheim, get a cup there, buddy. Oh, unfortunately, won't be able to get a word in with Vernon Markheim. But we are gonna try we're gonna try again next week at Talladega Super Speedway. Well, that's gonna round up our interviews here tonight. Timothy Hamlet, Matt Ridgway, and Wally Tierheimer, 1st through 3rd respectively, and that is Timothy Hamlet's first win with the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N Series. What a heck of a race! And this did actually throw quite the loophole in these drivers' driving styles and strategies, and pretty much everything. Drivers expecting this to be 45 laps and it being 47 laps, but that still did not stop them from being amazing and spanking the track and each other the best that they could. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for being a part of the action here tonight. The Go Fast Racing 85, round number 10 of the Extreme Motorsports 99.com Pro K&N Series, and we did say it. Next week, Talladega Super Speedway. Super Speedway, that is a lot of full acceleration driving, the pedal to the floorboard, maybe even through the floorboard, if you will. So you're going to see a lot of drivers being able to work together as teams, because teamwork there is very key. Without teamwork, no one is going to be successful. So once again, Talladega's next week, and that's going to be entitled the Fred's Pharmacy 250, and that is going to be round number 11. Well, tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, is the Extreme Motorsports 99 Camping Road Truck Series, race number 10, the race before the chase begins. The drivers going to the road of the championship, trying to dethrone the Tom Wetmore, who is last season's champion and this season's defending champion. So fingers crossed for that. Well, thank you very much once again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in here tonight. And from David, Everly, and myself, thank you for everything you've done, making our 2017 a heck of a year. And look forward to more adventures with you guys. I am Sean Zulu, and David Everly behind the cameras. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.